Kia tūpato, he reo kakakaka kai te haere. Heads up, there's some spicy language in this ep, so viewer discretion is advised.
That was cool. 100% I'm going to get cancelled, but that's all right.
No, we'll equally get cancelled.
Girl, I say way more fucked up things on the internet. You're honestly.
Please think of getting cancelled. If I ever get cancelled, I'm just going for it down that dark path.
Yeah, might as well.
Like I'm like, sweet, I'll fucking give you something to cancel me and just go crazy.
No mai hara mai ki Kapiti of the Cousins, episode 4, Intertribal Shit Talk.
Hey, kia ora koutou, we've got a special episode. We've got a little wānanga and we've got some beautiful faces in the room. Can we just get a little intro from each of you? Who are you? Where are you from? What are you about? We'll start with you, Sade.
Okay, kia ora whānau, I'm Sade and I'm an internet idiot that makes skits. And I'm really proud to be here today with my girl Kura and Jade and all of you beautiful people.
Kia ora. Kia ora.
Kia ora.
Kia ora tātou, ko tāne tōku ingoa, he uri tēnei ngō Ngāti Parau, Ngāpui, Ngai Tai ki Tāmaki hoki. I'm an actor, artist, and I'm thrilled to be here today. First time being on podcast, so...
Kia ora.
Yeah. Kia ora tātou, he uri ahau o Ngāpuhi, me te raroa, ko tēnā tōku ingoa. I am a screenwriter and director.
Kia ora.
Kia ora e te whānau, ko Tiria Schmidt peke tōku ingoa, he uri tēnei no Ngāti Haua, Ngāti Raukawa, Ngāti Tamatera, ki Tāotaka Pāpā no Hāmoa. And I'm an actor, producer, and yes, I'm nervous but excited to be here.
Yeah.
Let's roast some Neelies.
I know!
Let's roast some Neelies.
Yeah, we haven't even got into the kaupapa yet. Like, that is what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about intertribal shit talking. It is one of my favourite things to do. No. Cut that line, please. Oh. My mum is from Kaitahu and my dad's from Tūhoe. And my mum said to me, you know, Kaitahu and Tūhoe are like probably the most opposite iwi you can have come together. And I was like, oh, why is that, Mum? And she was like, because I'm Kaitahu. This is what she said. And when I see a bug, I get scared. But when Tūhoe sees a bug, they see a hākari. Shut up, Auntie. Shut up. Mum, and I told that to my mate, who's from Tūhoe, and he was like, that's got to be racist.
And it's iwi racist.
That's got to be some form of racism. Like, that's the next level. So I felt really vulnerable sharing that, actually. But I feel like Jade and I are Kaitahu, and you could probably talk about what Kaitahu gets.
Has anyone heard before I...
Yes.
What have you heard?
That apparently, because I'm Kaitahu as well, apparently we're rich. I don't live up to that stereotype, unfortunately. So
Not yet.
business lady, but yeah, not rich yet, but
Yes.
you know.
There's definitely one of the
Yes.
nicer ones, I would say.
Kia ora.
What about ones of you heard, sis?
No, I think rich is definitely one. White is another one.
Yeah, Kirima.
Kirima.
Kaitahu ones are real, like, you're basically Pākehās.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the main vibes of our...
Damn.
You know, and I'm thinking about, and I'm like, oh, that's not true. But then I think about my circle of friends and all the bad ones are Kaitahu. I'm sorry.
This is just the roast of Kaitahu.
No way.
And yeah, I disagree with that stereotype.
You disagree?
Well, sure, in theory.
And can I ask you, in theory, and so...
No, I'm just saying, my anecdotal experience is that most of my two friends from Ngāi Tahu are...
Yes.
Two.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That sounded like it was he.
Are your two friends,
that's
Jade and Kura? And Sade, so 3 actually.
Yeah. Well, you've broken the stereotype.
Have I?
Help. I thought I said help, just
What?
like you.
Can you say which stereotype Sade's broken?
Brown.
Dark skin.
Now, I that's really interesting that you say you disagree with the stereotype, because can I ask, what iwi are you coming from saying that?
Ngāpuhi.
Kia ora, Ngāpuhi.
That's what they love.
Okay, we got to go into what are some of the stereotypes.
Starts with M, ends with usket.
Oh, shit.
Is that really bad? No,
The room
it's
just got
true-
really,
yeah,
really
it's just
quiet.
Truthful. Yeah.
Historically,
It's
you
not,
know,
right? I mean,
Sorry. Also, not really.
Are we allowed to say the
Yeah, tell the
stereotypes
story,
of
girl.
Yeah,
other
yeah.
people's iwi?
Go, honestly, go hard. This is our one.
I mean,
Religion?
we all
I was younger. My nan was Catholic as hell. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. And also, Marae is like Catholic as hell.
Ngāpuhi gets a lot of shit, to be honest.
Thank you.
But do you think it's...
Rightfully.
Do you think it's a...
Well, we have beef with everyone.
Yeah.
We do. We have beef with everyone, but I feel like we also have beef with each other. So I'm like, it's just consistent. You know?
The beef is everywhere.
We're just consistent. I feel like it's a bit chiller now. I don't know. I'm going to preface this with I don't know anything. I just have opinions.
And I want to move to you as well, Tanya. Also, I just want to say that I messaged Tanya today because in Tanya's Instagram bio, it said he was from Ngāti Poto. And I messaged him and I asked, hey, G, what's Ngāti Poto? And he replied with a video message saying that no one had told him that his bio said
a real
Ngāti
friend.
Poto
That's a real friend.
instead of Ngāti Poto.
that's embarrassing.
So kia ora
dude.
Ngāti Poto.
Up there for like that.
Gee, I don't know. Maybe I changed it when I turned 25, but I never changed the R to a T, man. So I don't know.
I really want to know if anyone saw it and was like, nah, that's just got to be some little iwi that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Oh, you reckon they saw it and they're like, it's a typo. I think
Either
it's
or, I
pretty...
reckon.
But then again, if
I
they
would think
see it
it's
and
a
it's a
iwi.
typo, then surely they just, like,
I thought
put the tono.
it might be a joke. Like you're like, this is something.
Oh, I don't know if I would joke about my cultural identity. It's taken a long time to get to there. Nah,
Yeah,
fun.
I want to talk about it. Do you know the stereotypes for your iwi? You've actually got a few iwi.
I do. I do have a few. I don't know. The one I always come across is that I just must like seafood. That's
Must like seafood.
I must
that
love
says a lot
kaimana.
about people,
Do you?
doesn't it?
no,
Oh, really?
no, I don't. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like at all?
See, yeah, nah. It's just I'm a textual eater, and seafood is just like for me, bro. Oh yeah, too slurpy, like ultra, like
Slurpy.
slimy. Yeah, smoked fish I'll get down with, but like I won't go out of my way to be eating that like kaimuana. Yeah, in general. I didn't grow up on the coast, so maybe my palate is different because of that. But other people have called themselves like plastic Māoris for not liking kaimuana, and
Yeah,
since
I
then
get
I'm like,
that.
you know what? I'm gonna stand staunch on the fact that I just don't like it, and that doesn't change anything. You know?
Thank you for
Like-
speaking so openly and vulnerably.
No.
Best to sit next to at the marae.
But it made me
Already,
sad.
boom, sitting next to Tanya, taking all your kinners.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's an
Oh, yeah.
advantage.
You're
it's
the
an
man.
advantage. Just, sit next to me and then that's all yours.
I mean, East Coast, stereotypes that come to me for East Coast, like Rasta, big
Yeah,
gay,
yeah,
a little bit of
yeah.
pakalolo.
Yeah.
Loud,
We're allowed to say
too.
that. In the rural areas.
Got your own
I'm not saying it's bad.
horticulturalist.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like in our whānau, I always grew up with the Ngāti Porou men being pretty big egos.
Yeah.
That was what I grew up.
I heard the saying Ngāti blow us.
Yeah.
That's an old one. That's an old one. I've heard my aunties and uncles saying that ages ago. I mean, I've never said anything bad in my life, so don't.
I've never heard someone my age say blow ass.
Yeah.
I feel like they do come from an older generation.
Yes.
Like they come from people that say blow ass. Like maybe I've never met, maybe I'm just like living in my own bubble, but.
No, I've never heard anyone say blow off.
Yeah, and you're a kahungunu. Do you know many of the kahungunu stereotypes?
Well, I know one.
I think we all know one.
I think we all know which one we're talking about.
What's the kahungunu stereotype?
Hang your pants.
That's not what I was expecting.
We're known for our, not us, but like known for the prowess with the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever she
Yeah, wahine
wants.
ki te tāne, tāne ki te wahine, wahine ki te wahine, tāne ki te tāne.
Exactly. So,
Amene.
wow. I can't really speak for that stereotype. Maybe I used to be able to, but yeah, no, not
Yeah, these
probably.
days, easy.
I didn't inherit that riz.
That's a question. Is it inherited or is it a craft? You know.
I think it's a bit of a craft. Yeah. But I mean, people try and say that Kahungunu people are, you know, sexually charged.
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah, I mean, I've only. No, I'm not. I don't know.
Go on.
Yeah, what is it?
Roast me.
No, not roast. I'm not roasting you.
Bring it!
Take it to my face. I better be backed up here because I've heard this from a couple of people that Ngāti Kahungunu have large, crotchal areas.
Well, I don't fuck my cousins, so I wouldn't know.
Whoa. Here, go there. I know what they
Stay out of my region. Stay out of my region, that's why.
Is this something that you have heard?
What? Fucking my cousins?
No, the big thing.
Oh, no?
Okay, can we just maybe not? Let's.
I have heard that.
Also heard that. I've also heard
I
that.
have heard that.
I bet you a Kahungunu guy started that rumour.
Oh, 100%.
He's like, hey, why don't you tell everyone that Kahungunu guys are big cooks?
Yes.
And everybody was like, sweet.
My marae Ngaiti actually comes from like the kingmaker, like Wiremu Tamihana Tarapipipi, Te Wairoa. So they're all quite hunty there, but you know, I kind of grew up West Auckland, so I'm not really too much in the know of all of that stuff. But I would think it's that. I don't necessarily think it's a bad stereotype, you know. Every time I go to Koroneana and Turanga Waiwai, like, I see everyone who are committed to kingitanga, like, they do such a good job at, like, looking after everyone that comes, you know, around the motu. So I think that's a good stereotype, but bad ones, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of the gang ones.
The gang ones.
Yeah, you know, tau kato, hey, they do that. I feel like every iwi has the kingies.
Oh my gosh, my koko's gonna watch that and hate it.
Hey, it's not me, man. It's good.
Kaumata, close your eyes, Dave. Oh my god.
Skip over that one.
That's interesting.
Hey,
Okay,
at least they know their haka.
Period.
that's
Period.
yeah, I guess.
Accurate.
I get.
Accurate.
Hey, everyone's just doing tikatonu.
That is true.
So, you know, or kamate, so hey.
Jade and I, we actually, when we were growing up, like my mum particularly told me I'm never allowed to do kamate because we're kaitahu and kamate is Te Rau Paraha's haka from Ngāti Toa. So she's like, you do not do that, guys.
It was like Ngāti Toa and Kaito have beef or something.
Yes,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Do you know the history of that beef, sis? Or
It's a big history and it's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is that we have Ngāti Toa whakapapa, but that is what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when your iwi are beefing in that way, shit happens, you know.
Yeah.
And here we are on our lovely
Happy family.
Yeah, and we're so love. Anyway. I put up a poll asking my followers to give some iwi stereotypes, and they delivered. So there's every Ngāpuhi I've met has insisted on telling me they call it Ngāti Blow for Ngāti Parau. Oh, so you're good, Dana.
Did you send that
Was actually.
Dana sort of touched on it.
Yeah,
but
touched.
it didn't.
Periphery.
Yeah, it didn't come from nowhere. Periphery.
Thank you.
There is Ngāpuhi are the hot-blooded, wanna-go types.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then, another Ngāpuhi. Ngāpuhis are either super lovely or the worst people.
Oh, I've heard that.
I guess you guys can judge.
Wait. Did you just say you feel that one?
No, I've heard that. I've heard
I thought you said I feel that one.
No.
Oh, whoa! We'll go after this today.
That's very...
There is, I've heard, kahungunu, eggplant. Yep. Ka pai. Okay, so this person was kaitahu and they said we're white and dripping in pounamu.
Ooh, the pounamu is a good one.
The pounamu is facts.
And dripping in kaimoana. They're like so baked down there.
Facts, they are. Okay, so here's another one. Here taunga iwi had good D. But then they said, I think that lineage stopped ages ago.
Oh, when all the other tribes started
That's
coming
the
in.
ex of someone from
That seems personal. Because how can the lineage have stopped if
They're fucking other people from other iwi.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the problem.
Then
They
the
just
other
passed
iwis,
that down for
Udes
like
came in.
multiple generations.
The little ones.
It's kind of crazy to seed that to your mokos, you know?
It is crazy, like, oh, moko, you don't even know what you've been blessed with. Oh, okay, this person's obviously from Maniapoto. Maniapoto, a bunch of cool people.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. What a cool definition. Like, who said that? Okay. They got a movie now, Maniapoto.
Yeah.
Ka whawhai tonu?
Yeah.
Rewi Maniapoto.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get movies, eh? Muskets. Hey, Kahungunu.
Kahungunu, the magic mic guy. Oh, my mum sent a submission. She said, Kaitahu, I used to hear whenua kōrereo, or somewhere that doesn't have any reo. So happy that's changing. Thank you, mum.
Why is that a stereotype that there's not many? Because I feel like in general across New Zealand, the language started to be like basically forced out.
One of the big things people used to believe, there were no Māori in Te Waipounamu, which is just wrong. Oh, I guess they're alive.
Yeah.
Here we are again. We've just been hiding.
Really?
Yeah. But it can get quite like, I feel like the stereotypes, because they are funny, a lot of them, but then they do go hohonu as well. Like there are histories to a lot of them.
I feel like the hiding comment is a little bit, maybe has something to it because it wasn't safe, really, if you're being out in society as Māori. And so that kind of notion of having to, you know, not pass the reo down and not live in a way that is Māori is kind of valid.
I mean, Christchurch is pretty racist, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I'm interested to know if you guys actually grew up hearing these stereotypes or if you got older and then started hearing them.
I thought Ngāpuhi were real cool. I thought we were like the coolest ever because my mum, she would like tell me tales of like how cool everything was up there. So I thought it was the coolest iwi of all time. And then I moved to Wellington to go to uni at 19 and had a rude awakening. Because I was like, yeah, te tata kuru hands. And they're just like, cool.
That's true. I've been in rooms like that, like, and I feel like I've been that guy who is like, okay.
It's literally in the show that I did, it's literally, there's a line in the show of like, where are you from? And then she says, Ngāpuhi, and the other person goes, thought so. Because I've literally had that happen to me many a time. And because I guess I'm in Wellington, it's so far, there's not many Ngāpuhi in Wellington.
Shane Jones is in Wellington.
Shut up.
Uncle.
Shane Doherty. David Seymour. Oh my God.
Well, that was actually one of our questions on these little cards is, you know, because we're kaitahu, we often get like the pretty ruthless, like, kaitahu, rich and white, da la la la. And we're curious, like, well, you've obviously had a similar experience with being Ngāpuhi and people going, Ngāpuhi. Have you guys ever had similar things?
Yeah, people are always saying that we get our handouts. 28 years, I'm still waiting for mine.
It's like rich.
Yeah.
Where? However, we do have the little whaidawa bank accounts.
What are those?
Oh my gosh, it's like Kaitahu has their own like bank thing and they help the iwi with like saving. And...
Oh yeah, he's not rich. They got a bank.
The bank. That's all. If there's any Kaitahu whānau going up to whairau.
Wait, Kaitahu has a bank?
I don't know if it's a bank or is it a bank? No, I don't think it's a bank. It's like a trust.
We're not allowed to know, okay? We're not Kaitahu. Need to know this.
I've said too much. Okay, so
Taranaki has one now too, so it's like not just us.
Shot Taranaki.
Hey.
Yeah, they've kind of gotten out of this conversation. I guess they're not here to defend themselves.
Yeah.
I think Taranaki, everyone kind of thinks that they're just te iwi o te manaki, eh? Based on like what happened at Parihaka and them. They like kill you with kindness kind of thing.
I always get people saying that tūhoi are like hardy as Māoris, or they have the like tūturu as reo Māori. Sometimes people say we're scary. Sometimes I think that koro tāmeti has contributed a lot to what people know of tūhoi, but also we got a long history, and us and Maniapoto tight, toi.
I reckon the scary is quite valid. Like, I would never go into te urui.
I think the media done that.
Yeah.
I don't think tūhoi done that.
That's true.
I think media done that, especially in the 2000s with the tūhoi raids and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
they definitely pushed that narrative on everyone, especially New Zealand. And I think Tommy done a lot of work last year, you know, of changing that.
And I feel like that's really the heart of this kōrero is actually knowing each other and understanding each other instead of, you know, maybe just going off this sort of surface level, you know, Ngāpuhi's all this, Kaitahu's all that, Tūhoi's all this, Taranaki's all that, and to just actually know each other. Because would you guys say that the stereotypes that apply to you, do you reckon you actually agree with them?
Well, I haven't murdered anyone.
I'm really glad to know.
So, no.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, and I guess it's who has that stereotype.
Yeah.
Like, are you someone who actually knows your shit, or are you just a guesser just trying to troll on me? You know, and you don't actually know anything about my iwi. Maybe that's where you're at. And if you're from another iwi, like, double shut up. No, that's probably like everyone watching this is thinking, hey, you shut up.
No, you shut up. A lot of the stereotypes come from history, they come from the behaviours of tipuna, they come from sort of stories rather than necessarily, you know, the people themselves as they are right now. Because it's like, ka hungunu, your tipuna had an awesome day.
I love how you do it with such a straight
Awesome dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, and congratulations. Congratulations on having that as a stereotype. Do you reckon the stereotypes are just fun, they're just ways for us to remember these stories, or do we need to move on from them?
I mean, they're just going to evolve and be a different stereotype. I think stereotypes always going to be there. Just human nature.
Yeah.
Just everyone needs to learn to not give it more attention or give it power, I guess.
To some Pākehā, Māori are really homogenous. To them, we're just all one thing. And the
Yeah.
one thing about the stereotypes is that it kind of differentiates the hapu and iwi, which I think is
That's true.
cool because I'm like, we're not all the same, and being one of the more negative stereotypes with Ngāpuhi, I would love to evolve from that. Yes, thank you.
I do think that the Kaitahu stereotypes do kind of transcend into Pākehā whakaaro as well. And I mainly say that because of the amount of times I've been like tracked down by finance or business bros at parties. Or which iwi are you from? Kaitahu. Oh, let me tell you about their settlement process and how amazing they are as a business like entity model. And I'm just like, fuck, bro.
What parties are you at that you discussing settlements? Like, what the fuck? What is that party?
I do not go to the
Kaitahu as a business entity.
Yeah, I don't know how they find me.
You just radiate.
I just radiate Kaitahu.
I love how Kaitahu now, like these white boys out here trying to find richies. Like they're the gold diggers now of the 20.
We're trying to get the land off you.
That's hilarious.
But the thing about Kaitahu is that, like, you know, regardless of the stereotypes and you're all white, you're all can't speak Māori, it's just simply not true. Like, to be completely honest, North Island Māori and South Island Māori don't always necessarily get to meet each other.
Yeah.
And so it is easy to have these stereotypes because then you just have something that you can say about this other group of people, whether it's true or not, whether you really know or not. So we've talked about a lot of like the hardcore shit stirring stereotypes, but I'm really keen for us to share what we like about other iwi.
I'll start for Ngāti Porou. I grew up, when I was growing up at Kura, we all wanted to be from the East Coast because they were just so free, so creative, especially with music.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like
Great
Moi Pe
singers.
Whairangi
I was
is
literally
like
gonna
one
say
of the
that.
most famous composers. Give it up to the East Coast. They may be blow-asses, eh?
But they
They deserve to be.
good.
Yeah, because they're
Got the
they're
tracks to
great.
back it up.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll do Ngāpuhi.
Oh, kia ora.
Everyone that I have met particularly the Tāne, have amazing hair. They have the full head of hair. So, you know, if I'm looking for a Tāne, I don't want my kids to be bald.
Up there.
I love that our compliment is, oh, you guys aren't bald. Kia ora.
You're welcome.
East Coast got a mean one.
Ngāpuhi, I mean, because the thing about being willing to fight is that they'll also fight for you. Like, I feel like Ngāpuhi people are passionate, and when they believe something, they'll actually go hard for you, especially Ngāpuhi mates. They'll back you. And I think I'd say the same thing for Waikato. For especially Tainui people, I feel like I've had a lot of Tainui mates when I was growing up, and they were similar. Like, they would do anything for me. Like, they would fight for me. So yeah, that's shout out to Tainui there. They got the kaha. They got the kaha.
I'm going to do Te Arawa because I feel like they have a beautiful wairua. They're quite soft at times, and like I guess coming in, I don't know, they're really approachable and sweet. And actually, once you get to know a bunch of them, it's like you just feel really comfortable in their presence.
So I lived in Otaki for a while. So I just want to shout out to Ngāti Raukawa because everybody that I met there was very welcoming, very kind. Just the amount of work that goes into everything there, and because you've got Hori there, you've got Māori lands, and you know I just love the fact that they're very proud in their identity and make other people that live in Otaki and Wellington in general feel very proud to be Māori as well.
Shout out to Raukawa.
I guess I have to speak to Kaitahu. I guess I've spent little time down there, but I went to a whare there with some people from Kaitahu, and they were, first of all, sorry, but the whare was flash, and it was like right on the waterfront, and it had central heating,
Underfloor
bro.
heating,
I was like, where are we, bro? 2 industrial kitchens, bro. I was like, this is crazy.
Breaking the stereotype.
No. I'm just.
We're in the
I'm not trying to
spaceship
reinforce
now.
it. I'm just. This is kōrero pono, you know. It was. It was beautiful, and I had They welcomed us in, and we were workshopping some mahi at the time, some mahi whakaari, and yeah, they were generous. And they told us all the stories of their tupuna who were carved in the whakairo, in their whare. Spending time with those people from Kaitahu in their whare, that was what was present to me, that they are generous people, they're creative people, similar to Ngāti Porou, considering the link that Kaitahu and Ngāti Porou have. And learning about that link was part of one of the pūrako that we were telling. Those iwi share a bunch of beautiful qualities.
Tuatahi I mua I te mutunga o tēnei kōrero. Me mihi māua ki a koutou. This has been mean. Our mana's been put on the line. We've had some tense conversations. We've had some laughs. But overall, it's just been a cup of tea. Cup of tea and a kōrero, and that's how it's meant to be, I think. Kia ora koutou. Kia ora.
Wata.
Should we do a wata?
Okay.
Yeah, Ngāpuhi
Don't you start. No. I'm fucking hell. I'm not a coastie, okay? I can't take
Okay.
a shit.
I reckon that this is probably the only time in my life where Tūtira Mai Ngā Iwi has been the appropriate song to sing.
Yep.
Tautoko.
Tūtira mai ngā iwi, tātou e. Tūtira mai ngā iwi,
Anywhere.
tātou e. Whai a te maramatanga, me te aroha i ngā iwi, kia ko tapatahi, kia ko tahira. Okay, so when we were singing, we actually sang this line wrong. The correct line is kia tapatahi, kia ko tahira. Okay, thank you. Carry on. Tātou e, tātou, tahirua toru whaks, here we.
Shout out to whānau huata.
So,
Kia ora koutou.
kia ora, that's us.
Nā New Zealand On Air I tautoko.
Made with the support of New Zealand On Air.